It's pretty rare that a final exam increases your semester grade. Okay? I'm not saying that to be mean. I'm just saying, in all my years of teaching, a semester exam should not and does not take the borderline grade and give it to the up. Okay? If you fail this semester, you will be placed back in Algebra 1 and will not take geometry. So just know that. So today we are going to take a look at this homework. Was it page 115?
Yeah.
Cool. So anything on that first page, 1 through 9, you want to take a look at? Page 115, anything on 1 through 9 you want to look at? Yeah. 7. Okay, so, what's my B value? Nothing. Okay, so I'm going to get 0, 1 for my vertex. It's opening down. My axis of symmetry will be x equals 0. My AOS. All right, so it's going to open down, so I'm going to go right 1 down 3, left 1 down 3, and it'll keep growing that way, but as far as this goes, it's going to look like that. Okay? It does cross the x-axis. I will tell you that it crosses as at irrational roots. You won't know exactly, but approximately where they're at. What other questions you have? 9. How's number 9 set up? What form is that? What? Vertex form. Parentheses form. Good. All right, it's in vertex form, so it'll tell me what my vertex is. Remember, it's opposite inside, same outside.
Are you gonna have to define the form on the test wrong?
Maybe.
It's 1/2 x plus 1 squared plus 2. Not plus 2.
Oh, it's plus 2? That's a 2 here? So that should be a 2 here. Thank you. All right, so -1 and 2. You have that. Okay, that's my vertex. Is it opening up or down? Up. It might have a 1/2 for a growth factor, but it's still positive. My axis of symmetry is x equals -1. So, how's this going to grow? It's not going to grow at the 1, 3, 5. How do you think it would grow? Each of those would be 1/2. So it would grow at 1/2, 3 halves, 5 halves. Make sense? Okay, so if I go right 1 up 1/2, it's like there. If I go left 1 up 1/2, it's about there. Is that okay so far? If I go, what's 3 over 3? 1. So then if I go right 1 and I go up 1.
Let's just drop 1 and 1.5. 3 over 2.
Oh, 3 over 2. Thank you. So that's 1.5. Thank you, Ram. You saved me on that one. So if it goes up 1.5, this was already at 0.5. So here's 1 and here's 0.5.
Whoa, that's a big dot.
Yeah. Make sure you can see it in the back row.
I like it.
Of course, there's that calligraphy pen. So that's what that one looks like. Roots are what?
No
NRS. They're not real solutions, NRS, right? Okay, why is that? Well, because they don't cross the x-axis. What else from up through number 9? All right. Yeah.
So, what is it called if you can't see the y-intercept on the ground?
Yeah. So I'll show you how if you want to find where it crosses the y-intercept, You did exactly what the problem says. You plug 0 in for x. So this one isn't on the. This one, excuse me, is not on the. Let's say you have a problem like this. This is just an example. Okay, if you wanted to know where this crosses the y-axis is at 0, comma, something. So you plug 0 in, you're going to get 3, negative 7 squared plus 10. That's 3 times 49 plus 10. That's 147 plus 10. So it's at 157. So that's way off the graph, right?
Way
So that's how you would find it. So make sure you got that down if it's on the y-axis. All right, take a look at the back side of that page, 116. Yeah, sure. Number 10, here we go.
Oh yeah.
Number 10. All right, what's the vertex? What does it look like? 1, comma 1. And does it grow right and down 1? If that, what's my a value got to be? Negative 1, good. All right, so my standard form is this. Is that okay? So y is equal to negative 1, or just negative, because it'll be out in front of the parentheses, x minus 1 squared plus 1. So that's,
What does it mean by like the intervals of where it's
you got it. We're going to look at it real quick. All right, so the range, the first thing, letter A says, what is the range? So as I take an elevator up from negative infinity, my range gets to right here. So it gets to 1. Okay? And we can do it like that. That's actually a square bracket. B, vertex, we have that. That's letter B. Letter C, maximum or minimum value. Is that a max or a min where the vertex is at? It is a max, and we look at the y component, so my max is at 1. I realize the vertex is at 1, 1, so you can't really decipher the difference. D, give the x values which, okay, so that last part is, where is it positive? It's a, nope, where is it positive? It's above the x-axis. So letter D from,
Wait, isn't that the 0, right?
Yeah,
That's
it
two.
no, hang on, too many times. It says give x values in which the function at x is great or is equal to 0.
So x squared
Oh,
minus 0
so
is
the
root
roots, okay. So 0, 0 is the 1, and 2, 0. So that's just basically the roots. And then was there one that said positive? No. Intervals where it's increasing.
So that'd be negative.
So it's increasing here. So it's increasing from negative infinity in the x direction all the way up to 1.
So is that gonna be the same as the range every time?
Not necessarily, because if the parabola goes the other way. F, axis of symmetry. Oh. So axis of symmetry is x is equal to 1. Whew. Okay, got it. Number 11, we flip it over. 11, we flip it over, and we have negative 3, negative 1. It's here, here. All right, let's see if we can go on. The range goes from negative 1 to infinity. B, the vertex is at negative 3, negative 1. C. Is it a max or a min where the vertex is at? It's a min, and what's the minimum y value? There you go. D, the values which is equal to 0, so that point and that point, so this will be my roots. So it looks like negative 2, 0 and negative 4, 0. E, intervals where it's increasing. So it's increasing here. Okay, so it's going to be increasing from, so from negative 3 all the way up to infinity. F, axis of symmetry. I don't know why I did that. Where it's increasing, no. The value right here, it's at 0. So it's not increasing or decreasing. It's right as they move to the right where it starts increasing. Yeah.
Wait, is this always like, so it wouldn't be -1 for E. It would never be -1 because it's always
Is it supposed to be the y?
No, you're looking where it's increasing in the x direction. Where in the x direction does the graph start pitching upward? So the x direction, at this direction, right here at this point, right here, just as I start to go this way to it, it's starting to increase. Okay? 12. 13. All right, it says, given the x-intercepts of the parabola, write the factors of a quadratic and multiply in standard form. So if you're going to put this in standard form, this would yield me just x. And what does this give me? What binomial was that before? X what? X minus 2. Okay? So that's the first part. And then x squared minus 2x is it just multiplied out. What binomial does this give? X minus 3 and what? And then x plus 6. Multiply it out. X squared plus 3x minus 18. And this one is x plus 4. X plus 2, multiply it out. That's 8. Squeeze in there. Okay? So those are all goods on that whole thing. All right, let's take a look at page 117, and I can walk through a couple of those problems. So let's look on page 117, problem number 1. No, I did not ask you to do it, but we're going to take a look at it so you can have some notes. So for those of you who sit there and stare at just the wall and don't do anything and then you wonder why your grade sucks, no, I'll put the grades in for you right now. But for those of you that do nothing to try and better yourselves, continue to not pay attention. You should do fine. All right, so 1, 4. Write them down. Okay, here, 2, 3, here, here. All right. So first part, A, domain. Yeah. So always going to be same for parabolas, negative, positive, infinity. B, the range. It's coming from where? Negative infinity going to what? Positive 4, square bracket. Got all the way there. Any questions on those first two on page 117? This is usually when someone says, "Well, how do you know the domain?" It's the same thing as I said. Every parabola. Oh, I didn't hear you say that. Gotcha. C. The vertex. Everyone okay with that? Being 1, 4. Is that right? D. Axis of symmetry. Yep. X is equal to 1. E. Is that a minimum or a maximum value at my vertex? It's a max. What's the maximum y value then? 4. F. The roots. So put the points. -1, 0 and 3, 0. G. The increasing interval. Yeah, so as I coming from this way, this is increasing. So where it's increasing is in the x direction, coming from -infinity, getting all the way to 1, but you don't include 1. It's not a square bracket. If it was a square bracket at 1, that would mean it's increasing at 1. It's not increasing at 1. So this is where the graph increases. This is where it decreases. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. So it happens to be decreasing from 1. It's decreasing from there, going that forever that way. And that's how you do that problem. Okay. Good, yeah.
For decreasing, would you write like negative infinity?
You're going in the x direction though. As you go to the right in the x direction, you go in the positive infinity. Well, all right. So you go with you.
Oh, no, it's just
Sweet. Oh, nice. Pictures. So the increasing and decreasing is as you go, these are both referring to the x direction. So as I'm coming from here, I'm coming from -infinity, it's increasing. It's increasing until I get to here. And then when I get to here, it's decreasing. So it's as you're moving along the x-axis. Does that make sense, Lizzie? Can I say that?
So it doesn't just evolve on the axis.
It just deals in axis. Perfect. Nailed it. Okay? I think you should have enough as far as notes, as far as homeworks, to work on this take-home test. This take-home test is very similar to what you will take tomorrow. Okay? What's the rules on take-home test? Ask anybody but me. Okay? Ask anybody but me. This will be picked up tomorrow. It will be graded for a grade. So those of you that turn in like with your name on it and that's it, hate to tell you, but part of your test grade is going to stink.
How much of the test grade is this? Like 20%?
Yeah, it'd be about 20%.
Oh wait, that's the take home test? Oh.
So we get 1?
No, keep it as notes.
Oh, again?
17.
Why do I-
One nine.
I'm going to put it.
This is the.
I'll put it in.
Alright.
Steven, I put one extra one in here for you, okay? Buy yourself something. And Steven, can you turn the light switch on for me too, please?